So, of course, there is air pollution outdoors, which people are generally aware of. But we do also have pollutants inside our homes. And as we're now in winter and it's colder, adults on average spend 90% of their time inside their own homes. So it's really important that we have an awareness of indoor air pollution as well. That we know what some of the things are that cause pollution inside our homes, and that we know what we can do, some things we can do to reduce it as well.
Okay, so if we do have a problem with air pollution inside our homes, what kind of health problems can that lead to?
Well, when we talk about air pollution, what we're actually talking about is tiny little particles that are in the air, and then we breathe them in to our lungs. So it can be particularly troublesome for people who have asthma or any other lung conditions, particularly troublesome for people who have allergies as well, and for those of us who are just more susceptible anyway, so the very young and the very old. But even for those of us who might not get any immediate symptoms from the pollutants inside our homes, over time they can cause damage to our lungs, to our heart, to our circulatory system. So it is really important. We're never going to be able to eliminate all of the air pollution inside our homes, but I think it is really important that we have a general awareness of it. And there's some new research from Philips Domestic Appliances that show that actually more than ever, people are aware. Show that 59% of people are actually concerned about the impact of indoor air pollution, but just less than 50%, 49%, said that they didn't feel confident in naming what some of the common causes of air pollution indoors are.
Okay, well, that leads me nicely onto the next question, because I'm not sure myself what kind of some of the sources of this pollution are. So tell us what some of the main things we need to be looking out for are.
Yeah, I think some of the main ones, and the ones that might be a little more obvious once we think about it, would be smoking. If we're burning coal or wood in our homes, then there are lots of pollutants going into the air from that. And then also things, if we have animals, so pet hair, pet dander, and then dust and dust mites. So those are things that can be particularly troublesome for people with allergies or with asthma. But then there are things that we might not always think about as well. So fumes from cooking, burning scented candles, cleaning products, particularly if they're aerosol cleaning products. All of these are putting these fine particles into the air as well, which we can then breathe in. And there are some simple things we can do to try to minimize them. The obvious thing is ventilating our homes by opening windows. And that is highly effective at cleaning the air. But obviously at the moment, with freezing temperatures, the cost of living crisis, and the high expense of energy, it's something that I know people are quite reluctant to do, and might not be wanting to do so regularly.
Okay, and obviously it's winter now. We're only a couple of weeks away from Christmas. Why is that a particularly why is that a time when we need to be particularly aware of air pollution in our homes?
Well, I think as we're inviting people into our homes, we're getting together, we're mixing much more. Viruses are an example of another type of particle that can be spread. So whilst I said people might be quite reluctant to open their windows, I would recommend actually, if you're having large gatherings in your homes, then it is worth opening the windows just a little bit for about 15 minutes before people start to arrive, and that can refresh the air in the home. And then doing the same again after people have left, and doing that in the rooms where people would be. So if you're entertaining in your sitting room, maybe the bathroom that people will use, and the kitchen, it is worth doing. But just generally on a day-to-day basis, there are other things we can do to clean the air in our homes as well. I love to talk about plants, because plants are nature's natural air purifiers. They actually absorb some of these pollutants out of the air. Cleaning is really important. So, being quite scrupulous with our cleaning, and thinking about deep cleaning carpets and upholstery every now and again as well. And then using air purifiers as appliances, they can be really helpful. Look for air purifiers with HEPA filters, and what they do is they filter the air, so they suck the air into the appliance, they take out these harmful particles and put clean air back into the room. So a few things that people can do to try and combat some of the air pollution indoors.
Okay, great. And if people are quite interested and want to find out more information, where can they find out more?
Well, the research that I mentioned, as well as more information about air purifiers and other things people can do in the home, you can go to philips.co.uk and they've got the resources there for you.